G'day to you. This is the third Rambunctious Garden video, and it's been over a period of 3 years, so we'll just see what changes have taken place. Well, first up is the herb patch. These are the herbs that have survived. There's a mushroom plant here which you can eat. There's lion's tail here. There's dandelions. This is dogbane here. Nasturtiums. Orris root. Galangal. This is patchouli. And around here there is French marigolds. This is self-heal. Anyway, there's a few others, but this is the herb patch. Now, one reason why I grow herbs is for their obvious medicinal and culinary use, but also you need to know, well, do they suit the climate? So I throw them in and I see what happens. Some survive, some don't. So it's very important to not waste your time trying to grow anything that doesn't suit the climate. You'd be forever fighting it. Here is, this is bitter melon, or in Tagalog, which is Filipino language, malunggay. Or umpalaya, umpalaya. Bitter melon lives up to its name. It's very bitter, but supposedly good for you, and it's got a certain quality that is interesting, put it that way. These are guavas. Now, guavas come up like weeds everywhere, but they do produce a fruit, and we use them. So this is a snake bean. Now, snake beans do well in the subtropics and the tropics. I'd recommend them over the other ones like Blue Lake or Purple King. They last longer, and they just generally handle the heat in the subtropics better than the other beans. So go with them if you can. This is turmeric. You might wonder what all these little cages are for. It's to predominantly keep out bandicoots, which dig down to the roots and grubs and stuff. They're omnivorous, so they'll eat anything basically. I just planted this the other day, and these are kale. Kale's packed full of vitamins and minerals, so good to grow, but the grasshoppers love it. So this is why we've covered this up. We're in moving towards autumn now, so I dare say when it gets a bit colder I'll take these off, and they'll be able to grow without being eaten by grasshoppers. This is a pawpaw, and underneath here is another one, and I have found that if you put the seeds and stuff in your compost and spread the compost around, you'll find that you'll get pawpaws coming up everywhere. I don't think I may have planted one pawpaw. Now, if you look, you'll see pawpaws everywhere. And there, and this one here is acting like a bit of a trellis for passion fruit. Passion fruit's another winner. They come up everywhere, so you can just select where you want them and pull the others out. That's what I do. This is yacon. It produces after a year, quite a bit of time. Needs water though, lots of water. You get a root that tastes a bit like carrots, so it's good. It also doesn't go too mushy when you cook it, so depending on what you're trying to do. Good for pickles and stuff like that. We use it predominantly for that. This is a citrus lemon, so I planted about 4 years ago, and now it produces lemons all year round, so that's handy. I've cleared a bit of a spot here and I've planted sweet potatoes. These are the orange variety, but I've also got white ones and maybe even purple ones. So we'll see how that goes. Here's a taro plant. There was originally a taro plant up here which I took out, but these somehow or another have grown up. You've only got a tiny little bit of the root and it will grow into another taro plant. Taro plant's like a very starchy, so it's a bit like a potato, but a lot denser, so yeah, different. So this is a peach come up by itself. It's probably 3.5 years old, but pretty solid. I use peaches as trellises for passion fruit because they grow really well. They're fast growing and hold up your passion fruit, so you don't have to bother with trellises. This pawpaw is doing something similar, but generally speaking I haven't found pawpaws to be particularly successful with that, though this one, funnily enough, is doing quite well. So there you go. Now these are pepinos. These are really great, good value for money. They're quick too, and they produce fruit, like you can see that one there, and will produce cuttings or side shoots very easily, so you can turn one plant into, look, scores of them if you keep cutting these bits off here and sticking them in the ground, or putting them in water, getting them to root that way, and then stick them in the ground, or pots, whatever. But they're great value for money and they're quick. This is another peach. I'm probably going to transplant that. They're also good, you know, for creating shade. This is another advantage of this one. This is why I planted a lot of trees along here, to create shade. The western sun is over there, so this has changed quite a bit since the first Rambunctious Garden video. This is come up by itself. This is a mulberry tree, probably 3.5–4 years old, but I keep pruning it back and back because it creates too much shade over other plants I've got just over there. So the moral of the story is let plants survive where they self-seed, because that's the strongest. They're the strongest plants. Like this peach here. This is planted probably the same time as the one over there, which we just looked at, but this actually thicker and bigger, and that also has passion fruit growing up it. If they don't have I haven't got a passion fruit growing up near it, I plant one near the peach tree, and it acts like a, as I say, like a trellis. So that's about it really. This is 3 years Rambunctious Garden. It doesn't look like this to start with. It turns more and more into, well, a natural forest, I suppose, where plants come up. The strong ones survive and come up where they can. So good idea.